Hello, everyone! Blue Star Saber here with.
Oh, I guess I go first. Mangareader.
Morning, guys. Wait, it's 6 p.m.? God damn it. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Oh, also, hey guys, Luckychi here. It's been ages. Let me just say that.
Ages. It's 2 weeks.
But it's a very long 2 weeks. But we're here once again to discuss My Hero Academia.
A whole week. Actually, no. Wait, was this? No, this is the new year because that was the old year. Or was this the new
But
year?
we did have a break the previous week, so it's felt like it's been.
All right. Well, a whole month went by.
Yeah,
I know.
So pretty much we covered 376 and 377 last time. Okay, Mangareader only got to do it briefly because he had to go somewhere.
Hey guys, I like that too.
Yeah, but this week we are now doing the two chapters that follow up to those ones, 378 and 379, which I've titled "Those That Became Heroes" and "The Villain Has Returned."
Okay, I'm gonna stop clapping.
Yeah, and arguably I've waited this long to review them because arguably I wanted both Mangareader here so he could probably give his thoughts from the last few chapters that he didn't get here, and because I know Luckychi's gonna fanboy over these two chapters.
Hush.
I love how much you guys have a heavy opinion of my thoughts.
Let's see. Pretty much, it was mostly the battles continuing with the sudden return of a villain that's not been seen since the festival arc, in which the brother. So Margarita, what do you make of briefly of those last two chapters?
Briefly.
Yeah.
Briefly, I thought I gave him a review of at least the first one.
Okay.
What I said, 7.5, 8 is what I,
or
was it 8.5?
Okay, then at least
rounding that up.
Okay, then 7. Was the turn of
To be fair, I wasn't really expecting LaBrava or Gentle, and obviously the reason I am saying that is whether or not that was a spoiler for this week's, which, I mean, let's be fair, we're 2 weeks in now from the last time. The two of them are not going to be separated, so you knew with LaBrava showing up eventually that Gentle is going to be there some way, some form, so that was a shock value. Beyond that, I mean, the chapter itself was still kind of setting up for, I don't know, I think they were still in peak doom situation right there, because Shigaraki, or in this case, One for All, Shigaraki Tomura, whoever you want to consider the lead person in charge of that body at the moment, was freed from... Free. Well, no, I mean, like, literally, because they had attacked Eraser, so he was freed from, his abilities being negated.
Oh, yeah.
Which was why it's like, well, oh, shoot, this is going to be serious now. So LaBrava coming in was like, oh, well, let's see what this means.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the chapter itself was like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, if it weren't for the shock value at the end, it was kind of, again...
It would have been an average chapter, but that just raised the bar a bit.
Pretty much. I mean, it was... it wouldn't have been an average chapter, because, I mean, it, like I said, it was showing some pretty dire situations, but it was a nice curveball, I'll just say that, so... It gets a 9 in my opinion for that curve.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, now that we've got Margarita's thoughts out of the way, let's get on to the summary of the actual chapter and find out whether or not he is right that has Gentle actually returned.
Oh, come on, man! Again, they're not going to be separated. You wouldn't bring one back and not have the other.
I mean, that's what I was saying in the last stream. I was like, look, if Bravo's here now, you're gonna get Gentle. Like that was an obvious thing for me. Like I knew that off the gate. I was like,
I don't know. I could always pull the Rise of Skywalker.
Shut up.
Oh God.
We don't talk about that.
But anyway, let's
Oh,
see.
spoilers, guys. She's back.
Let's see. Okay. Let's see. But fine. All right. Fine. Let's see. You just had to go and say it, but fine. Let's see.
Hey,
But anyway,
I'm just saying.
If you haven't read 77 at this point or 78 at this point, 3 weeks in, that's on you.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, chapter 328, the story of how we all became heroes, part 4.
And if you're watching this and you're an anime only fan, that's also on you.
All we need now is the story of how we all became the world heroes, part 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah, it's a never-ending saga. But anyway, but see, the chapter begins back at Task Force HQ, in which let's see, you see the police guys there talking about requests for like a backup and all that stuff, as well as system evacuations and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As the brother is commenting about something that she did back in her shut-in days, about how for let's see, just for a bit of a practice, she went into like Good Ink's into Feel Good Inc server and replaced all of the like details and all that stuff and all the ads with like an Optic Kitty style thing just for the fun of it. And I believe this guy is called Skeptic, right? Or
Yep.
Skeptic. Let's see, but like
Is she quirkless? I can't remember.
her quirk is the power of love, Margarita.
No, I'm not talking about La Brava. I'm talking about Skeptic.
I think it's. Hold on, let me just actually get. Let me just get his
You know, let's bring out the old wiki report page.
Hey, that's what they're for.
That's what they're for. You might as well buy the data book at this point.
I do have the data book.
What the hell?
I got that before Blue. I was successful.
Yeah, well, I got all the Tokyo Ghoul volumes before you.
Yeah.
My
what else
my
I have?
local Barnes and Nobles doesn't sell doesn't sell it on at the store. So I mean, I probably could find it online.
But yeah,
You know what I do have that you don't have, Blue?
what's that?
The exclusive thing that you could only get from the World Heroes Mission movie, which you're never gonna get.
You.
Hey, I'll be smug about that all I want because that is going to be okay. Maybe not a family heirloom, but it's definitely going to be of value.
Is it a steel book?
You know, I can always just try and find a copy of it on eBay. You know that, right?
You'd be paying. I don't actually know what you'd be paying for it.
But anyway,
100.
the Skeptic's quirk is called anthropomorph, and apparently, which allows it to take human-sized objects such as a desk or refrigerator and turn it into extremely lifelike lookalike of any given person, which you can control like a puppet.
I see.
Oh, right. I forgot that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course, his power is basically useless in what he's actually trying to accomplish right now. So
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty much supposed to be. The only thing it was good for was trying to psychologically damage twice.
right. So okay, so we have two people that have apparently genius level intellects that have quirks that have literally nothing to do with techno gasm.
Yeah, well, I guess I can also show you that. See, you can get skills outside of your quirk, really.
I mean, that's fair, but it's just funny as all hell that, you know, two geniuses have like nothing involving
Their quirks,
technology whatsoever.
I actually think that's kind of interesting in its own weird way. I'll be honest, that's kind of interesting.
The power of love.
Yeah, there's that too.
But yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be a power up for the ones that she loves, but wasn't really that much of a power up considering Deku, what, 10%, 20%, 15% of his power was able to, you know, still overpower Gentle.
Speaking of
20%.
I need to pick up season 4 on Blu-ray because ugh.
Right. See, he was thinking ahead. He was thinking of Valentine's Day, and that's why he brought back the power of love.
I know, right? He was like, heart.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But anyway, my brother just
3 steps ahead. I can think like you do, Coey.
Yeah, right.
But
I'm
yeah,
playing that 4D chess like you are.
40, more like 5 chess.
5D chess. He's in the 5th dimension.
but my brother just ends up mocking Skeptic that his skills hasn't changed much since then. As you see, Skeptic thinking back to when that happened, went like, "That was you."
Oh,
It's
so they have
It's actually good to know that the arrogant hacker is actually, out hacked.
yeah.
So I'm glad the villains don't have like some third trump card up their sleeve. Oh, you thought this was gonna work? Well, I have. I thought about this, and I'm gonna outdo that.
But yeah,
What are they gonna do? Bring in the main antagonist from Vigilantes? Actually,
You know what? Don't deny it. At some point, Vigilante will show up.
well,
I hope.
actually, a side note, I kind of want that to happen.
Well,
It's gotta. I mean, otherwise the spin-off is pointless.
Yeah.
well, technically, you only have one character from the spin-off appearing in this manga.
If we're talking about Aizawa, then yeah, obviously.
Well, no, I'm talking about Kurogiri.
You're talking about before he became
Yeah.
Kirigiri? Well, yeah, but is that really fair considering that, again, that's the past and he's, was kind of still a part? Whatever.
I'm trying to think. Okay.
Maybe Kirigiri was never planned for that, but you know what? Now he's a high-level Nomu.
I mean, okay, I'll say this. If getting into Vigilantes will get you to care a little bit about Midnight, because, well, we know what Midnight's fate ends up being, so that's that.
Let's see. Well, whether or not Vigilantes become important, who knows? It could just be another sort of like prequel thing, like Before the Fall, which has no connection to the main story. But
All I'm saying is when My Hero finishes the anime, we need a Vigilante in the anime. I demand that.
Can't they just do it now? I mean, most spin-offs tend to,
That's true.
get a series themselves. Unless, it couldn't be Bones that takes it on at this point. It would have to be like probably some other anime studio, but it's not that uncommon.
fair enough. But
Yeah.
if one of the characters does appear from Vigilantes, we know Luckychi's gonna fanboy.
Just saying, man. I don't know why you would have these characters.
I'm just saying, I'm expecting 3. Just 3.
All right, but yeah. But anyway,
Blue casually doesn't care about Vigilante, so who cares about what Blue has to say?
Anyway, back to the summary of the chapter.
No one cares about your.
Yeah, who cares about the new chapter? We're going to derail this even further by saying, you know what? The only best time to have the Vigilantes was when Vigilante Deku was a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still think there should have been one extra volume, in my opinion, but whatever.
Dude, I don't care if it was like some mini arc that was thrown together at the very last second. It could have happened.
Let's see.
Could have been one of those bonus panels that they always like to throw.
I've lost control of my own stream, people.
You're right. Back to the story.
Yeah. But anyway, let's see. Skeptic is going about. Let's see. Because of you, I lost a lot of mass financial hit from that whole hack. But let's see. She just continues it again and just teasing him like, "Oh, I'm sorry," but then adds like, making those cats now dance and all that stuff, and he's like, "Stop it! Stop it!" But anyway.
And this is how heroes win, man. This is how heroes win.
By being bigger trolls than the actual trolls.
All
it took was a villain.
All I'm gonna say is, LeBron will put in some work.
But yeah, as Skeptic's old systems are hacked, Let's see. He attempts to flee and all that stuff. Let's see. Let's see. And he plans to make sure that the flames of revolution won't be doused, if you will. With one of the police just crying out for Tusikachi. Let's see. Saying how let's see, which I believe is the police chief because he's busy watching Labrava. Saying about how UA's altitude is continuing to drop.
Yep.
Because Skepta has already done what he needs to do with the hacking. And apparently, as it's heading to the ground, it won't stop. In other words, this is My Hero Academia's falling meteor moment.
Oh my god! Did you really? Did
You know what they're
really
referencing?
have to reference that, Blue, of all things?
Falling meteor.
I was just, dude, it's like nearly every shonen manga I've seen has done at least one fallen meteor.
Hmm.
And I know what you're referencing, though. I'm just so
I was referencing in general.
Yeah, right.
It's the Age of Ultron.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that's probably actually a better reference if you ask me.
Yeah, that's more fitting for this. Actually, that's way more fitting.
Although it probably wouldn't be as cataclysmic because they weren't that high up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But pretty much you have the police chief asking Labrava to try and do something, and she's trying to make a new code to do it and all that stuff, but there's not enough time though. Let's see. But actually, I think it's a guy with glasses actually. But thinking it's a bad idea to call villains as a last line of defense, since she's a convicted villain. With the actual Tsukachi thinking how what he said earlier, saying a crime is a crime, and we can't erase that past. But thanks to Ayamama, that's not always a lost cause. But yeah.
Should have thought about someone else in that moment too. But
yeah.
I'm just going to say it right now that I still don't understand the hierarchy of heroes and villains in this damn series.
I suppose you could say that's probably one of the only problems the world building that Koei has done.
Surprisingly, okay, I know we mentioned vigilantes here, but I'll say vigilantes kind of delves into that a little bit, which I thought was fascinating.
Let's be 100% honest. Nothing Labrava and Gentle Criminal have ever been close to anything like truly villainous.
No,
they're more of minor villains, really. They're not really. They're just.
I wouldn't say that they're minor villains because I mean,
at least in terms of the level of villainy.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing though, they did still have an impact on the story, whether people like it or not. So.
You could say they're annoyances, if anything, at best, but they're not criminals. I mean, I can't stress this enough that outside of the fact that they were going to try to infiltrate My Hero or the UA High, yeah, which wouldn't have they weren't planning outside of infiltrating. That's all they were going to do. I mean, I know what Deku said was it was going to like cause a stir and ruin the festival, and yeah, I mean, it would have shown that the defenses somehow still weren't all that great. But again, them just going in there just to go in there isn't really. I mean, I can't really see that as a serious crime, and they didn't even do it.
Well, I'd say likely they've just probably been arrested for just like minor public offense and just causing just scenes in the public and all that stuff. Like just whatever they did to those shops and all that stuff. But yeah,
and you could say that, but then again, the dialogue here just makes no sense.
I suppose it's a bit strong on words, but I guess you could say for a police officer. Let's see.
Any criminal activity, if you're being locked up, would be considered a criminal at that point.
Yeah. And let's see, and you never know for the particular police officer how they view type list of crimes, regardless of like minor or huge. They might just view criminals as just criminals.
And I get that, and I'm not going to say that they're. I mean, petty crimes are petty crimes, and I mean, there's still. Mm-hmm. There's a difference, obviously, between stealing a purse and, taking a life. But just the idea again, I don't even know what they would have done to be, arrested.
Yeah.
To be put in jail.
Say the least.
Outside of saying, yeah, we're villains. we haven't really actually done anything that you could be considered villainous in this era ever. But, we're villains. Clearly that means we should be in jail
Well,
and thinking about our actions.
Well, it could be the fact that you could also argue the misuse of their quirks as one thing, since
That's literally the only villainous act that they have done, because they don't have a hero pass to use their quirks. Which again, I don't know how society in this case deemed that, you know what, only people with this specific license can use their quirks. I understand the whole Liberation Army, and I'm always going to argue this regardless, whatnot. But it's like, oh, chaos. If you're good, you're good. If you're bad, you're bad. It shouldn't be like, oh, well, you know what? You got to act like a normal human. Because otherwise, then why is Deku somehow targeted for being, normal? In this sense, when you think about it, before he finally got All Might's quirk.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not allowed to use your quirks, exactly what makes someone quirkless different from you? Unless you're being attacked by a villain and you in self-defense have to use your quirk, but
well,
then you're somehow the villain for doing that.
I guess given the fact that due to the fact that it's become such a huge everyday quirk factor in society, it's like someone that's quirkless is just like the minority. They're just kind of just treated as like I guess you could say inferior, if you will.
We totally need to just devote an entire stream to figuring out what the hell this society truly is.
For real.
This is basic. And I feel like I say this every, maybe not every literal stream, but maybe like every 5 or 6 streams or something like this, that this is essentially, and this might be the only time where I've ever quoted something from Screen Rant or, those stupid theory-based websites that always like to CBR or whatever, one of those goofy things that always get recommended to you in your when you log on the internet or something. This might be the only time I ever actually think that they wrote something that could even be considered quality work, which was, this is essentially what the Hero Registration Act in the Marvel Universe would be. Working for the government.
Okay, I'm just going to give my quick thoughts on the fact that I do like the fact that the brother actually has a history of messing with Skeptic and his reaction to it.
Yeah,
see, I know you don't want to tackle the real issues. I'm going to keep derailing this.
So but this is a matchup I was not expecting to happen. So yeah, but it's a fun one.
But I mean, it's actually funny.
Hooray for history.
When you think back to it, it's like, well, on one hand,
this is probably just Koei throwing something in to be like, well, these characters have to have some form of interaction. Might as well make them somehow, know without knowing each other.
But the only thing I will say, regardless of whatever that one police officer thinks, I do like how All Might's buddy, he actually thinks even though a crime's a crime, he does think that, he has learned that not everyone that's committed a crime is a lost cause, and that there are some people that can be redeemed or help make society better, if you will, or become an active member of the community again or something. But yeah. But
how dare oh man, I'm already forgetting his damn name. How dare Laser Boy be a villain for being forced to transmit data for his life? How dare he be a villain for that?
Anyway, we cut back to probably, one of Luckychi's favorite moments in the chapter. Between Midori and Shigaraki with the thoughts, "I am your villain. If I don't care, if you don't understand what that makes us, heroes and villains as Midoriya and Shigaraki are staring at each other. Let's see, as we then cut to I believe let's see, the leader of the Wild Wild Pussycats and her group of I think Denki is there with a bunch of the Class B Class 1B and all that stuff, and a few other students.
Yeah, they were the power source in the building.
Yeah, telling them to get out and all that stuff, and let's see, prepare for probably a battle or let's see about to crash. But yeah, but also going to fight as well because there's an army of Toga Twices out there. Let's see. And I do like how Deki is just concerned about Momonar and his teachers, if you will. Anyway,
well, they're always concerned about their teachers.
Yeah, but I'm liking, but anyway, you got all let's see, Stars and Stripes, let's see, squad just commenting about the current situation. Let's see, and apparently they aren't able to do anything and all that stuff, but they notice that someone's about, and this is probably Lucky Chi's favorite moment. Let's see, and we see the back of a particular character.
The back.
Just the back, Blue? Come on.
Yeah, I'm just getting to it. But while that's going on, Skeptic gets heads up. Let's see, a bunch of heroes, and it's none other than the Joker, let's see, Miss Joker and one of her students. Let's see,
Miss
the one
Joker and Shindo? I think it's Shindo, right?
Yeah, the one who can make quakes. I think the beast guy that, let's see, you might remember from the cultural festival, Lucky Chi. He comments how it's funny how fate works in some ways. With the All Might's friend saying it's up to you, Tabata. With the brother saying you got this, and we see it is none other than Gentle.
Criminal.
Yeah, the criminal Gentle.
Gentle criminal.
Yeah, Gentle criminal.
I'm gonna just say this, like I said last time. For anyone who said we weren't ever gonna get Gentle come back again, go walk out the door and do 600, 500 sit-ups and push-ups, cause, well, karma's a bitch, isn't it?
Yeah. I was thinking this guy, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so.
See,
Oh, you're childish there, Blue.
see, that's too petty. And number two, in my opinion, that's too soft.
That's too soft.
Okay, well, to try and quote the Fourth Doctor, Mangareader, what's the point of being a doctor if you can't be childish now and then?
Oh yes. I should ask you about that later. Can't derail this anymore.
But anyway, but yeah, so let's see. Gentle is ready to try and owe the favor he owes Midoriya as we flash back to about a month ago. Yeah.
Oh yes, the prison break.
Yeah, when one of the 7 prisons. Let's see, this one, the Mizuki prison, which one of the ones after Tartarus, where we see a bunch of villains trying to escape.
Sorry to cut you off here, Blue, but I'm trying to remember when we did the Tartarus Escapees podcast. Did we mention Gentle during the prison break or no? I'm trying to remember.
Pretty sure we didn't even see him, so I don't think we counted him.
Yeah,
I don't know if I was there, but
you were there. I remember.
Okay, I thought so.
I think we might have mentioned the possibility of him being amongst the villains, but we didn't see him in a lot.
Yeah.
But we see.
Did we mention him?
But yeah, but we see that.
I gotta go back and check on that podcast because I don't think we did, but it just crossed my mind.
We saw Muscular. We see Muscular telling them they're all free and all that stuff, telling them that their lives are to do what they see fit. But they're all excited that they're free, so they're all going out, saying what they want to do: get revenge on someone, try and just kill General, or let's see, or just excited about the general chaos. But someone blocks their path, throws the nods out, with one of the villains going, criminal convicts going like, "What the heck are you doing?" With let's see, and it's of course none other than Gentle revealing that, asking him if this is really what they want to do and all that stuff. As he thinks back to what the police guy's saying about how, let's see, people say they can't turn their lives around are the ones with no real desire to change themselves. Commenting about how, thinking about how that police guy said that's still probably a chance for Gentle to, Ritzy, actually do the right thing in the end, or sort his life out. But yeah, as he thinks back to how he chose the wrong path in the end. But one of those convicts trying to activate his quirk is trying to kill Gentle to prevent him from getting in his way and all that stuff. As Gentle thinks back to Midoriya's words about how he wants to be someone that shows them all a bright future. Let's see. Gentle talking about well, it might actually be the brother thinking. Let's see, because the whole speech bubble, it's got an extra line in it, and that's usually their communication about how not only about them being together would bring them joy, but then we go back to the flashback and it's revealed that Gentle actually, out of the, because I think, we all probably recalled how out of 7 prisons, only 6 had escaped convicts. It's revealed that Gentle had prevented the 7th one entirely from escaping and all that stuff. And funny enough, you got the guerrilla police guy asking what Tobatu actually wants, and he says he only wishes to see the brother. And the two of them think to each other about how the absence makes the heart grow that much fonder. Let's see, as she tells Gentle how she was hoping to, meet him up again and all that stuff. And we see him using his quirk to create elastic over the entire UA falling down, using a move called Gently Super Lover, with Gentle thinking about what Midoriya said and asking him if he's still trying to fight for the joys of others. And well enough, he ends up thinking about how on that fateful day in which he ruined his life by accident, when he tried to do the right thing but ended up getting someone injured instead. Mm-hmm. And you see the wild pussycat leader saying how they're safe, but feels like commenting about how it feels like they're on the trampoline. And Midoriya, noticing this air trampoline, realizes that it's none other than Gentle. As you see him crying how he wishes to be the service of others. So yeah. Let's see. So out of this bit, I will admit,
I predicted this. Well, be real. I told you that we'll probably see Gentle have some kind of moment like this in the last stream. I remember mentioning that.
Yeah, but you didn't get it down to the last detail, so it doesn't count.
Hey, I just still want to say I was right, even if I wasn't down to the absolute last detail.
I wasn't sure how he would do it. I just knew he would come back.
Yeah.
I just knew it. See, he's there right now. He's not in the background. He's right there.
To be fair, I think Lucky G did think that Gentle might have would somehow prevent UA from falling down.
Yeah, I did say that.
Oh.
No, I said he would prevent it. I just didn't know how he was going to prevent it. So.
You mean how would you not know how he would do it? He has air trampolines. Dang it!
No. The air trampoline, I did think that, but the way how he was able to maneuver.
I wasn't sure how it was going to fall or if it was going to fall at all, but I knew he would save it somehow.
You know what I meant.
Yeah, I did. I just want to nitpick.
Mangareader, our local nitpicker.
Yeah, well, someone has to be.
But yeah, I do like how Gentle, we end up learning that of course, Gentle prevented, that one group of villain convicts from escaping a prison all by himself. And it kind of goes to show you just how strong the guy actually is.
Not only that, but I do like how this ties back into that one time when he tried to help that one hero, but
yeah. this is arguably his redemption for that time.
Yep.
Right.
But yeah. Other than that, I do kind of like how we got a cameo from Muscular in this chapter because let's see, I do think he got taken out quite quickly, but and again, I don't know. I just like seeing.
He got taken out quickly twice. Let's be fair.
Well, to be fair, the second time was much more quicker. But,
was-
I mean, he is a low tier matter transmitter or I don't know, matter
Translate.
manipulator, I guess. I'm trying to think.
he's the muscle. He's the A.
Well, I know what he is. Because again, he can transform the air into elasticity or whatever.
Oh my god, yeah.
So basically, again, he's a low. I mean, you can't. When you can transform air into any type of different matter, that's a. I mean, that's something impressive.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, fair enough. Though. I was kind of talking about the villain Muscular.
How dare you? I don't care what Muscular is.
For real.
Okay, going back to Gentle, then fair enough. But yeah, but I also kind of like how it's the actually same cop that told him how he could probably reform his life back that comes to see him again.
Uh-huh.
No, I know what you were talking about, though. You were talking about how one villain is just a villain and irredeemable, which is why Midoriya put him down as quickly as he did. But yes, it's really what all this is supposed to show is. Oh boy, maybe Tomura might be savable.
Let's see. Well, who knows? We'll get to that when we talk about it. But
I'm just saying that's what this is supposed to be indicating.
Yeah. I'll probably say, let's see, Gentle is probably a lot more believable than Shigaraki at the moment. In fact, out of all the villains, he's probably.
I don't care if it's more believable. We know for a fact that Deku's trying to save Tomura. We don't know how he's going to do it. We don't know what that means. But I'm just saying that if you look at this through just the way that it is, without a magnifying glass or anything, at face value, essentially at the moment, this is supposed to be what we're supposed to gather.
We're like hinting towards that.
Okay. Foreshadowing.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
We don't actually know if that's true. Obviously, we can't really see the future, so I'm not going to say that it is or isn't. I'm just just pointing out that's what this is gearing up to.
I was just thinking that since this chapter was called The Story of How We All Became Heroes Part 4, bringing in the possibility that
you're talking about for more parts.
Well, I'm looking at imagine we're on a cruise ship. Okay, just imagine that, and we're looking at like the forecast, like what's beyond the horizon. And let's say, under all assumptions, that Deku was able to save Shigaraki. Do you then have a chapter title called The Story of How We All Became Heroes Part whatever, and that one of those chapters revolved around him?
I'll let we have that discussion when we get towards the end of the chapter.
Okay, fine, Blue. Wait.
Sorry, because we'll get let's see, because I want to try and get on with the summary, but other than that, I'll just say just kind of like how Gentle and Leverov were just talking about how they want to see each other again. But yes. And I do like how Midoriya also realizes who it is. But yeah. But anyway,
how come Leverov and Gentle aren't considered controversial?
Because some regard them as filler villains.
I meant. No, that's not what I meant by controversial, man.
You know what, Blue? Forget those people.
Forget those people.
They don't matter in the long run. They don't.
Forget I said anything then, apparently.
Okay, are you talking about ship-wise? No,
I meant like as characters. But
No, I'm talking to Manga.
No, you're talking about me. What I'm saying, and I mean, I don't know what it is, but I mean, that's what it says in that, man.
Obviously not you.
Maybe they're just really good coworkers.
Yeah, I'd go with that. Cool.
Despite the fact that you know that one of the characters is the power of love.
For real.
Oh no, it might just be the size, and let's see whether or not that's implied. I mean, as far as I can tell, I don't really know what the age difference.
They're both adults, but I'm pretty sure that in terms of adultness, I'm pretty sure there's at least a slight gap of 10 years or more.
Okay, one thing I do want to comment on is the gently super lover thing with the way how the whole elasticity thing works. Kind of has that spaceship vibe to it when you view it.
Oh yeah, it does kind of look
See,
like
this is how we ignore our problems, by just ignoring them.
Yeah, it does look like an unidentified flying object. Let's see, or UFO, if you will.
Yep.
Again, America has been shooting down quite a few of them lately.
You're talking about our weather balloons. Thanks.
Goddamn Blue. Why do you have to?
I'm
Blue
thinking,
always likes to make things political somehow. I don't know how he just.
Thank you, politics.
I just wanted to make a funny joke about it. That's all.
Hey, it's funny. I think shooting down weather balloons is great.
I know, right?
Actually, I have no idea what balloons we're shooting down. I mean, some of them were private, but with that being said, I mean, how much more can we derail the subject matter?
All right, fine. Lucky
I don't care. You're allowed. This is your thread, so I don't care. You want to derail it? It's up to you.
Okay, fine. Lucky Chicken, you can go on your topic about, let's see, we can all be heroes.
We can be heroes.
No. The last thing I want to do is piss you off. So
Okay, no.
Piss you off.
All right, fine. Let's see. There's two pages left. So you got the fifth user telling Midori it's bad since let's see, Shigaraki's got his Quirkma again.
Isn't he technically the second user? I thought he was second.
That's the fifth user.
Oh, right. Oh yeah. I totally.
The fifth user is the smoke guy. Yeah.
No, I totally blanked on joint training arc as well. Everyone knows my take on that arc.
Joint crit training. But yeah, the fifth user was the one that had the smoke, right?
But,
It was.
Yeah. So the second user was the one that can, alter speed reality or whatever you want to call it.
Bakugo's ancestor. As well.
Yeah.
The community likes to theorize.
And then he's got what was the third user's Quanji or Quinjin?
Fajin's like
Fajin, yeah.
Fajin's cool actually.
Danger Sense was sixth.
Spider Sense. It's literally Spider Sense.
Seventh was Flight.
Yep.
So wait, then the fourth was the Black Whip, right?
Yep.
No,
Okay.
fourth was Danger Sense.
Fourth was Danger Sense. Sixth was Black Whip. That's right. Yeah.
Fifth was Black Whip. Then sixth, Smoke Screen. Seventh, Float.
Eighth, there wasn't any. It was just All Might was powerless.
But anyway, as Shigaraki's attempting to touch the floor, if you will, his hand gets blasted off, and a familiar-looking bullet. Let's see, and the
Leaves it a cliffhanger.
Yeah, and the police chief goes no matter how far they've fallen, each villain is still a human being, and apparently, it's on them to recognize that about them, and we have to absolutely, to borrow a phrase from a friend, deep within each of their hearts, we'll find the starting point of their origin, as it's revealed to be none other than Lucky Chi's waifu, Lady Naga.
She somehow made an impression despite being, only, 5 chapters?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember how long that fight was.
I mean, actually, I got the volume somewhere. I should check.
You're gonna actually look this up. You could just do what Blue does and go on damn wiki.
See, I could do that, But
Isn't he still on it? Why would you log out of it, Blue?
For real?
I'm not on the wiki. I'm reading the chapter.
I know you're not on it. I'm just saying, why would you log out of it after, when we were talking about, what's his name? Yeah.
Mr. Wikipedia for a reason. There's a reason why.
You should have it open at all times. Have it open at all times and never disregard it because we'll never have another question after the fact, even though we always do. But either way, yeah, she made quite the impression on the fan base, especially now thanks to the anime.
I mean, look, Mirko's cool, but for me, it's Lady Nagant.
Wait, who did you say was cool?
Look, I know there's a certain section of the fan base that is like rabbit over Mirko, Bunny Girl, but but to me, it's Lady
Nagant.
Hey, man, gun arms are cool.
Yeah.
Why do you think Chainsaw Man exists?
For real.
So you think we've got the entirety of Chainsaw manga as a result of Lady Naga?
Well,
yes, the whole console.
Okay, look, here's the funny thing. Technically, Chainsaw Man does make a cameo during the Paranormal War. If anyone caught that, so.
Oh, okay.
He actually appeared. What?
Somewhere. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, show the class.
I wish I could, but.
oh, you don't have a webcam? Oh, well, darn.
Okay.
I'll share.
I'm not actually saying to turn it on. I'm just.
No. I'll share it with you guys. It's on. It's 259 actually over here. I'll show you.
Let's see. If you own this volume, it is on page. Or if you feel like looking on the internet, it is on page.
Found it. I just looked it up. There you go.
I posted it in the damn chat box.
But yeah, anyway,
Oh man, there's Chainsaw. Actually, I do remember that now. Damn.
Okay, I'm opening it in a new tab. Let's just take a look.
I just thought that was fun. I was like, huh.
Oh yeah. It's I recall seeing that. Also, on the other side of Fat Gum is that filler hero from that Fropey filler episode from the internship arc.
So he's not. It's not filler then.
Oops.
You're like, it's not one filler character, so he's not filler then.
When you click backspace, apparently it just takes your whole window out.
Yeah, lucky for you, I added you back to the stream.
Oh yeah, no, I totally was just gonna sit here and watch you two talk at that point.
How'd you feel about that? It's not okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit in limbo.
Okay, moving on to like the thoughts and all that stuff. I do like I must admit, I was a bit surprised when not only did we get Gento coming, but Lady Naga coming back as well.
Honestly, I'm not super surprised about Lady Naga because I had a feeling she was gonna come back.
Yeah, I knew she was coming back, but I didn't realize she would be coming back at the same time as Gentle. So
yeah, that's. I
Valentine's Day.
I can't call it a trade-off. It's not really a trade-off, but it's like a bonus. Like you get one character, you get another character coming back.
To be fair, I didn't even know if she would come back. She exploded.
Yeah, that shit was crazy still.
Well, from what we can tell from...
I don't care if she was breathing. She exploded.
Let's see. Well, we know that, a lot of, shonen characters tend to survive explosions.
Yeah, but this wasn't an outer explosion. This was an internal explosion.
Well, let me remember. This is volume 32.
She doesn't have super durability. So unless, again, my whole theory that everyone that has a quirk actually, like, subconsciously has, like, superhuman abilities now.
So she's... Yeah, okay, let me think. So she's been gone for...
Not forever, but at least over 50 chapters, probably.
Yeah, like, so... Okay, if we're looking volume-wise, because the last time she appeared was 32. This would be volume 38. So it's been 6 volumes, give or take.
6 volumes?
Well, because right now we're currently in the middle of volume 38.
Right.
Statistical.
She showed up in 32?
Yeah, 32.
Is that where the fight took place too, or is that just where she showed up first?
That's where the fight happens.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, she shows up in.
She showed up earlier because when he released, she was one of the ones with Shisaki, I believe.
31, if I remember. It was 31.
Okay. Well, we didn't know who she was.
Let me see. Lady in a Gun. I'm gonna use Blue's favorite tactic. So thank you, Blue.
So just remember that again, we were introduced to her before we actually knew who she was.
Yeah. Okay. So 297, and 297 was volume 31. Huh. Imagine that.
That makes sense.
So, we seem to have lost Mangareader. Yeah.
I guess Lady in a Gun must have.
Oh,
My gosh.
Mangareader, we can see your forehead.
I'm touching buttons, okay? Sorry. I'm not touching anything anymore.
Oh shit, the mask has been removed.
I'm not touching anything. I'm done. I'm just gonna leave this and not touch a thing.
What?
I'm not touching anything.
But yeah, Mangareader, your forehead is big and charming.
Judging people. God.
Sorry, I was trying to do that sort of Naruto reference, but I just can't do it because it's. But no. But let's see. Moving on. But yeah, I do like how she's back, and not only that, she's blown off Shigaraki's hand. That is deep. But yeah,
That is one hell of a blow. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
She has control over bullets in what, a 30-mile radius or something, or. No, it can't be 30-mile radius. It was something like, what, 5-mile radius?
Uh-huh.
I thought it was something like 300, but I don't know.
300 feet?
Yeah. Give or take.
Damn. That was even worse. I mean, obviously anything more would be OP, but only 300 feet? Damn. Thought it was at least a decent size. Maybe it was a mile then?
Okay, I might have been misinterpreting or something.
No, I mean we go by different. We do different. You go by yards or kilometers?
Let's see, kilometers, meters. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the metric system doesn't exist in the United States.
Yeah.
We're special, or we've evolved beyond you. I don't care if the rest of the world still uses it. Kilometers.
Kilometers, millimeters, decimeters.
Deciliters.
Well, I'm just going to say you Americans have just always been a bit of an oddballs, but yeah.
Hey, we do math.
Respectful, Blue. Be respectful.
I'm joking. Anyway, but anyway, now that we've done all the bits and pieces out Luckychi, do you want to talk about what you were saying, predicting about we couldn't all be heroes and all that stuff with Shigaraki?
Oh, yeah, so I'm just thinking long term because I know this chapter was referencing towards, Gentle and Lady in the Gun. Okay, Lady in the Gun was a surprise, honestly. But again, bringing my whole analogy into this, you see the forecast, you see what's on the horizon. So, assuming we get, what is this chapter title called again? The Story of How We All Became Heroes, Part 4. So, okay, let's assume Part 5 happens, Part 6 happens. If we get that far, which I'd be shocked if we do. Actually, no, I wouldn't be that surprised if we do. But would one of those be dedicated to Shigaraki is my question.
It'd be Part 9.
The Rise of the Skywalker.
I thought of, well, actually, no, I just thought about the 9 users, but okay, there's that too.
I mean, the only way Shigaraki would be is if I was right, and that this is supposedly setting up for just somehow making him redeemable. I don't know.
Let's see. Not whether or not. Let's see.
I mean,
Shigaraki can
I
be.
told Blue this a while back, but you have to do a lot to make it convincing for.
I mean, the only problem is, I mean, we've seen his backstory, and was it really his fault that his family died? I mean, it was his fault. His family died, but he didn't know that he had the ability to do that.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those situations of like, if the right person got to him, would he have went down that path? It's one of those things. So.
Yeah, if he knew what his quirk was originally, he wouldn't have even killed his family.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe. I don't know.
Well, except for his father, that was deliberate.
I mean, his father was a problem. Even his father, I mean, when you think about it, it was really, what's All Might's teacher's name again? Dang it!
Shoot, I forgot too.
Shimura.
That's all I know.
Yeah, it was kind of her fault, essentially. I mean, she was trying to do the heroic thing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Pushing away your family. I mean, Spider-Man can tell you is better than anyone that that's not necessarily the best idea.
Well, who knows? Depends how it's being written right now.
Yeah, well, they like dicking Peter Parker all the time, so.
That's a good thing I stopped at Spencer's room because, oh my god.
Well, you don't like Peter getting having someone else's oh wait, no.
Actually,
having MJ married someone else.
No, that's a lie. I did I do know the fling that's going on with him and Black Cat.
Dude, either put them together or give him Black Cat. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, like at this point, I'm like, you know what? If he gets with Black Cat, I'm fine.
Hey, man, I like Felicia Hardy.
I do too. She's cool.
I mean, I'll admit the animated series kind of gave me my bias, but in fact, I think the animated series completely changed Black Cat's origin entirely.
It did.
But I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, we probably do need to check. Let's see, finish off the expensive stuff at some point.
You mean you don't like that it took an entire hour just to do one chapter?
For real?
Well, to be fair, it's not the first time we've done this, but.
Well, I know it's not. It's just I love how much we've derailed the whole subject just because we love our whatever 1 or 2 fans that are watching this. Maybe.
Hey, I'm just saying, if 4Life was here, the shit would have gone longer.
He'd be sitting here talking about how Shigaraki should not be redeemed, and the series would be absolutely tanked if that were to be happening.
That is a very 4Life thing.
Now, let's see. That's in regards to the whole thing. Whether or not Midoriya saves Shigaraki, okay, let's see. Maybe a possibility. Shigaraki becoming a hero? No, not gonna happen.
No, he won't become a hero unless he does like a one last final ditch effort against.
Hey, I'm just gonna point out that we were under the impression that Sasuke wouldn't do something, and that that 360, 180 as we called it, actually did happen. By the way,
called it. I'm sorry. I know it's been years since that ended, but I still love it when because had people going like, no, he's not gonna do anything.
Oh yeah, boy, Sasuke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if James were here for that one.
Let's see, but yeah. But let's just say, arguably, if Shigaraki does something heroic, it'll probably be going down the Darth Vader route.
Shigaraki is to 4Life as Sasuke is to James.
Actually, I don't know. I don't think 4Life hates Shigaraki, if I remember correctly. I don't think.
I know. Let's see. Before we know, 4Life is enjoying an early retirement from streaming, but yeah.
Early retirement, huh?
He's gonna
Yeah,
pop up
those
one
New York
day.
City streets are totally rampant.
No, he's told. I can imagine him just popping on and be like, "Hey guys, what happened?" I'm like, "It's been 2 years."
If he shows up out of the blue, I'm gonna be like, "Whoa, who are you?"
Anyway, overall, what are your thoughts on this chapter?
My thoughts on the chapter, I just have 2 words to say: pure perfection.
Pure perfection.
So, in other words, this is a 10 out of 10 for you.
Yes, and am I heavily biased for this? Sure, I don't care though. And number 2, my wife came back, so I can't complain.
Your waifu came back. Hooray!
Yes, Luckychi's my hero waifu.
Tisk tisk tisk. Hey, at least it's no, I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah, but probably for the best, Margarita.
You don't even know what I was gonna say.
I have an idea.
Oh, yeah, you probably
I was
do.
thinking suspicion of where Mangareader was gonna go, but what about it?
But yeah. But yeah, so we got the return of La Brava and her fighting Dritzy and her being the one to technically take down Skeptic, or at least if you will. No, granted, not in the typical brawl kind of situation.
So we officially have the first real defeat of a villain in this arc.
You forgot about Spinner.
It's been
Yeah, this. Well, yeah, no, that. I mean,
that did kind of happen, I guess.
no, you're right. Spinner did get defeated first. No one really knew about it outside of the fact. Well, no one really counts it as a defeat, considering he actually accomplished what he was sent to do.
Okay, fine. Then, yeah, good point.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not saying we don't count it. I'm just saying that I don't know if anyone else counts it. I mean, I technically don't count it, considering he succeeded.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
But then again, so did damn Skeptic. I mean, he technically succeeded. Even if Gentle is saving it, really, I mean, yeah.
The story of how we all became heroes, part -1. Oh yeah,
Part 5.
I forgot we had a part -1.
Well, it's part 4, but
Yeah,
what the heck was part 3?
that was when the UA trader stuff was going on.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So you pretty much let's see the brother beating Skeptic. Let's see cameos from all kinds of heroes about, and the return of Gentle.
Yep.
And Lady Naga, which with we're learning what Gentle did during the time and where he is now and all that stuff, and sort of his redemption arc, if you will, and of course the sudden surprise of Lady Naga now on Midoriya's side, if you will. Midoriya's got a whole army of former enemies turned allies, if you will. But yeah,
all of 2 enemies turned allies.
Yeah.
Yeah, only 2. Let's be fair.
But yeah, let's see. But yeah, but fair enough. But yeah, either way, I guess you technically 3 if you count the brother. But yeah, and Midoriya and Shigaraki preparing for their next battle, if you will. But yeah, overall, I'd probably give this chapter a 9 out of 10.
You're gonna go 9, huh?
All right, fine. I'll give it a 10 just to please Luckychi.
No.
Either stick to your guns or give up. No, I don't actually care.
Okay.
Yeah, Blue. Don't
Okay.
accuse other people. Don't be a. I'm not gonna say the name.
All right, fine. It's around a 9 to 10. There we go. Let's see. Depending on
9 to 10.
9 to 10. Come on, Blue.
all right,
That
fine.
sounds like someone that's wishy-washy.
For real.
All right, fine. Let's see. 9. You happy?
All I'm gonna say is
I'm never happy.
But fine. 9 to 10. Whatever. Anyway, what is your score, Mangareader?
It's 9.9999. No,
go on.
my score. Actually, no. I actually had it originally anyway. No, I was gonna go with 10, like she said. Maybe not for the reasons that she. I mean, yeah. I mean, Gentle's back and Lady Noggin's back. I personally just like it for the shock value as Chi turns his microphone off.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But no, I like the shock value again of the of something like, I mean, with Labrava coming back again, I expected Gentle. Like, I mean, it was just kind of in the cards at that point. I was not anticipating Noggin. I mean, again, I said it. She exploded. Whether or not that literally meant she was gone, obviously, again, they said she was breathing, but I just never anticipated her, actually being in this scenario. I knew Deku talked no jutsu'd her into kind of, essentially showing some heroic tendencies again before she exploded. But again, I didn't anticipate her, so it's kind of cool to see everything kind of come back, because it felt like, again, that the villains may or may not have had a trump card, just to see that the heroes did sort of anticipate the villains having a trump card, so they kind of gambled on their own.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Koei's just planning, like, again, 3 steps ahead, or if he's just writing like off just the seat of his pants at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Some could argue it's both.
Maybe.
But yeah.
But I mean, all things considered, you could argue that this chapter is essentially vital to the story.
Yeah.
And for Luckychi, it proves him right that, let's see, all those previous arcs he talked about did actually matter.
Ha! Take that. For life?
Oh, villains. A villain returns? Oh, no. Not like we didn't just, get all the other villains that Deku had faced up to that point returning.
To be fair, see, part of me wonders how the Dark Hero arc actually would have been if we didn't have the same editor. That was behind the other, because from what I found out, the editor they had during Deku's Vigilante arc, that was the same editor that got like every other series canceled. Apparently, that was like, huh?
Other series canceled?
Like new series.
What other new series? Well, clearly I wouldn't know because they got canceled.
Well, I've just heard about it in passing, but that editor apparently was like super green. He like was under Kishi, so Samurai got canceled.
Well, that explains a few things.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Samurai wasn't on Naruto's level, but it was still a pretty decent story.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Poor Kish can never recapture his magnum opus.
Well, to be fair, when you when you
ruin your own magnum opus,
yeah, you're gonna get people not wanting to support your next work.
I don't know. I didn't know. I thought it was supported. It's just.
I mean, Kishi did go out and say that doing a sci-fi manga in Jump is tough to begin with, so there's that.
A sci-fi manga.
I feel like he's kind of making excuses there, but I mean.
Well, can you name any other sci-fi manga that's currently succeeding
in Jump
or at all?
Eden Zeros,
but Eden Zero's not in Jump. That's in Kodansha.
Let's see. Anyway, moving on. It's time to finally get to chapter 300.
Actually, wait. Let me make one point clear. Mangareader, I agree with everything you have to say, and your opinion is valid. Blue, not so much. Why? Because he gave it a 9 out of 10.
Oh boy.
All right, there, 10 out of 10. Happy. Shut up now.
Nope, you're a crowd pleaser, and I don't appreciate crowd pleasers.
See, you're just taking off our coattails for that one.
I cannot win with you guys.
Because if you didn't have us, you would have nothing.
Ouch.
We're the comic relief to your straight man.
Very true. Okay, we've delayed the 379 for a while. I think we should.
Yes. Let's see, and let's see, chapter 329, Hopes. And before we get into the actual chapter, we've got a special colored, gritty, comic-like cover, if you will, of, let's see, Gentle and the brother just walking and drinking tea with each other, if you will.
You know, for some reason, I thought there was a third chapter that came out, and then I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
well, there's a third chapter that's out, but it's not.
It's not out yet. It'll be out in 2 days, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know, like me, I like to wait for the officials.
Well, lucky for you, I don't exactly read ahead anymore, so there's nothing for me to spoil, unless I just somehow guess right, or somehow Twitter spoiled like a page or two to me.
Okay, but yeah, but Luckychi, what do you make of this cover?
I liked it.
Okay, fine.
It's got, in my opinion, two of the most underrated characters in My Hero, so there's that.
I figured you was going to call it perfection, but yeah, but it's a nice panel of the two of them together. Let's see what.
It's got, okay. I don't know if I could call it wholesome, but it's got a nice vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
I do like it.
It sounds like this is like a typical day for those two. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They drink tea. Something Blue can relate to.
I don't know. I kind of imagined La Brava having like a computer right next to her or something, just like.
What type of what type of computer has been showcased in this entire series that would be handheld outside of a laptop?
I was saying laptops.
Oh, you forgot the word laptop. Oh man.
I was like, laptop?
Laptop?
Laptop,
you know, despite being somewhat I don't actually know when this is taking place. Apparently society is like our modern age.
It's either the 21st or 22nd century, from what I can guess.
Man, Koei is like the most realistic guy that wants to write something futuristic without actually being futuristic. Damn. People look back on generations later and be like, wow, this guy totally just didn't want to do like the Jetsons and tell us in the year 2023 that we'd have flying cars.
But yeah. Anyway, summary of the chapter, we cut back to we get to a flashback, which is the hospital where Kokiri was activated and all that stuff. As you hear people getting people inside and all that stuff. One doctor trying to say that this one person cannot move, otherwise all her wounds will be open. And of course, Lady Nugget saying she doesn't care, as she's asking where the enemy is. It was like the guy going like, telling an escape to the convict, not a chance. With her thinking about telling her how Midoriya asked him to do this. Thinking about what he said about fighting alongside them. Let's see, as she ends up saying those words out loud. Let's see, and we see Locke there and telling them to let her go as he will take responsibility for this. The doctor's protesting, but Locke gives us sort of his device that keeps him up to date with all the details of enemy's location. As he ends up telling Lady Nugget, saying that this is a full mobilization on their part, hinges on their faith entirely on Midoriya Suzuki. So, if her heart's just telling him to, take action to help the kid, then he's going to choose to trust her. As we see that from that first shot, it opened up nearly just about all her wounds. As she thinks how she's still got one more shot in that Etsy and thinks how every single one of the counts. and let's see. And she comments how Grey Skies was like how she was like stranded in darkness from a light, thinking about how until her Midoriya and her successor made her think like she was back when she was like a young girl full of bright hopes, and her reason for like being a hero. With this, as she comments about how she wants us to reach Midoriya from Lady Naga, if you will, she fires her second bullet, shooting Shigaraki's second hand as he's about to try and touch the ground, and that causes Midoriya to smile to realize what's just happened. So yeah. Anyway, let's see, it's a sort of like the last chapter. This is another like let's see, explanation of what's been going on with like our former villain here. And while it's not as probably as epic or dramatic as that, I still think it served its purpose quite well.
Definitely.
Ooh.
And it's interesting to learn that she was actually in the same hospital as I believe let's see, Kurogiri was. I wasn't sure if that was confirmed earlier, but yeah, I thought it was like I think it's a good way of her to learn the situation.
Yeah. Actually, gives us an update as to where she's been this entire time, which I assumed. I was like, yeah, she's probably at the hospital, but
Yeah, I wasn't sure which hospital it would be, but I suppose might as well make it the same one as Kurogiri.
A hospital.
I was gonna say, is that a little too convenient of a thing? Maybe it is, but if you want to make it work,
Convenient. Why wouldn't? Well, I was gonna say, why wouldn't she have helped? But when you have Rocklock there,
But yeah, I do like how you got one of the heroes that was initially also skeptical of Midoriya, but coming around to him. Let's see, helping Lady Naga because he realizes that she believes in Deku and all that stuff. So it's like, you know what, I can trust you on this.
good old Rock, who didn't? Yeah, it was during the Chisaki, the raid, that we were introduced to Rocklock.
Yeah.
He didn't just not trust Deku. He just didn't feel like any of the interns were up for the task.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if that necessarily, but yeah, you're right.
But yeah, but I do like how, let's see, like the doctor was warning her, like her wounds could still easily open up, and that's clearly from the case from when she fired her first bullet.
Gee, it sounds like people in this series just don't give a damn about what doctors tell them.
All I'm going to say is, she'll be all right. She'll be all right.
Well, to be fair, when one of those doctors is a 120-year-old man that experimented and created no moves for All for One, I could probably understand that.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have known that. Outside of, fan theory that, the watch Deku actually have a quirk.
Oh my god.
Well, let's see. Well, I believe 300 and
there's no way he could. It wouldn't make any sense at this point for them not to, but
I believe 304 killed that theory entirely.
Yeah, I know. But it's just like, the doctor was telling Deku that he was quirkless because they didn't actually
have it.
Yeah. Because that was the doctor that was the bad guy from the beginning. Which was a fan theory that somehow ended up being kind of right, but
not in the way we expected.
I thought that was what we expected, that he was the doctor that was helping All for One.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Not saying I support theory, just saying that I thought that was the fan base's theory.
Okay, I'm not missing.
Or maybe it was one of them. You might be remembering a different one.
I don't know. I might just have misinterpreted what you said. But,
you might have mentioned it during the joint training.
No, our different theories, just for the record. It's not like one theory is considered the master theory.
Yeah.
Except for, Toby is Madara. Or in the opposite situation, Toby is Alabado.
Good times. Good times.
Anyway,
'Cause it's spelt backwards without the O.
Anyway, we cut to like inside All for One's mind inside Shigaraki. Him getting furious about
Get him out of here.
let's see.
Get him
Hold on, Luckychi. Let's see.
Get him out.
Pretty much complaining about how dare Lady Naga do this to him, calling her trash, if you will. And All for One just made Luckychi's #1 hit list.
Okay, look, I love All for One. He needs to get out of Shigaraki like ASAP.
But yeah.
Go on.
But yeah, she pretty much complains about, her just saying how she murdered her own heroes and all that stuff. Yeah, just someone just pretty much just shouting because of just how wounded he's going and all that stuff. But
I gotta say, the second panel though. Ugh.
Let's see. But as he's pretty much doing this, suddenly a bunch of fingers come out of his mouth.
Yeah, that shit was gross.
And yeah,
Toei again has this, human body part fetish.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. But I have to admit, he's really good at drawing fingers because that's always one of the most hardest things to do in an piece of artwork.
I always thought it was toes.
Yeah, for me, toes was like the biggest
one. It's a mix of both, to be honest. Toes and fingers have always been a bit difficult for some people to draw.
Or eyes. Eyes can be difficult too.
Eyes will never not be difficult.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know how these people make it consistent because it's like I can't draw one eye and then have it look the same on the other side.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, you get a voice mocking All for One about how manipulating her emotions didn't work and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And let's see, saying look at him now and comments about how he shouldn't be sticking his hands where they don't belong. And then he comments about, and then you get an idea what is going on when you hear the words. The same goes for the way you groomed me. Talking about how he used his grandmother and Almighty to push his buttons, like what he did, and then to moving in with his plan to hijack his body some down the line. And to use
sounds like All for One.
Yeah, and to use his rage to take one for himself and all that stuff. And how he got blended into mix and became a part of you. But he says, guess what, pal? He was not a fan of this idea all along, so he hit his own cause deep and down inside his soul, as we see a bunch of hands wrapping around
Tomura?
Young Tomura, and as the little Tomura inside starts to have his hair change and he starts to crying out, breaking all the hands, if you will. Talks about how bit by bit, without All for One noticing, he starts to reclaim himself inside out, if you will. With using his origin to help him form this path to her. And then you get in All for One in desperation, demanding that Kurogiri, saying about how he's telling him that he's not in control of his body and he needs him to help him and all that stuff. But it seems Kurogiri's having a bit of sort of
breakdown.
Yeah, because it's like he's supposed to obey All for One, but at the same time, his the program he gave him about protecting Shigaraki is taking effect, and he seems he cannot do anything to do because, at the moment, those two priorities are conflicting with each other.
Mm-hmm. They are.
I absolutely mentioned that a couple of days
yeah.
I had mentioned that when we talked about that chapter where people were protecting Shigaraki.
Yeah.
That he wouldn't actually know what to do in this situation because it is All for One in control at the moment, and not Shigaraki.
But yeah. But well, I think but during this whole Kurogiri thing, let's see, you get a glimpse of I think who he used to be. I was friend,
Sure,
if you will.
yeah.
Steady as she goes.
But as let's see, let's see, you get Shigaraki going more about how I've got no need for one for all. Let's see, and mocking all for one of like, did he think he had everything under control? Let's see, as Shigaraki's then just like a close up of his own thing, thinking about how I won't be your stinking pawn.
Let's go. Let's go.
Ooh, so he's 100% back now.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'll get to that in a second. But and he mocks like those previous. Let's see. He mocks the other two reformed villains there. You know, Lady Naga and Gentle, saying how his heart won't waver. And let's see, and about tells on about how everything that he's experienced in the world is a result of like that house.
Mm-hmm.
Goes on as Toma Shigaraki and Tenko Shimura. He's just got one hope, and let's see, and we cut back to like Shigaraki outside, and it seems like he's now going fully conscious, as he says, the destruction of everything stemming from that house, and yeah, Shigaraki is back.
Haha.
Let's see, Luckychi, we probably got an idea of what you thought, but I think the moment you started seeing those fingers, you were probably excited, weren't you?
Of course.
Let's see, your boy is back!
Hey, to quote Bane, no one feared me until I put on the mask.
But yeah, I do love how just Shigaraki just monologues about, okay, what All For One's plans were for him and how, you know, he says, you know what, I don't actually want to, I don't actually agree, I don't actually like how you're doing things. I want to do it my way and destroy everything. It's like, I like how it's just taking control and mocking his mentor as we speak. So yeah, but anyway, in many ways, this is, let's see, many people. This is probably something that many people were kind of hoping would happen because, from what I can tell, while the war arc is mostly well received, one of the things that has come as a negative, or ones that seem to have damaged the reputation of that arc is a bit, is the fact that All For One sort of tried to pull the Orochimaru and actually had his quirk, not only his quirk inside Shigaraki, but his conscience, and his plan all along was to
Free himself, yeah.
yeah, well, take over his Shigaraki's body.
Well, here's the thing, because I remember like rewatching the Meta Liberation arc, and I remember like how much like growth that showed for Shigaraki, and then to go from there to the war arc, which overall I thought the war arc was good, Paranormal War. And then to get Shigaraki to become a puppet at the very end, I was like, I didn't know how to feel about that. So, you know.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting because in many ways this just feels like let's see, Koei's way of getting Midoriya to save Shigaraki. That feels like that's how one of the reasons why he did it. But
yeah.
We did get to see a bit more of like how it was playing out a bit.
Yeah.
With like the fight against Shigaraki versus all Stars and Stripes and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of where the setup was that arc in particular.
Yeah. Well, at that point, he had no idea who he was anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But as we could probably tell from like the fight he was having against Bakugo, the Big Three, and a couple of pro heroes, if you will. Let's see, we sort of got hints of like Tomura Shimura still in there.
Yep.
Particularly when he ended up shouting at Lumenian about, oh, I had friends, I had a nice dog and all that stuff. Dogs, man's best friend, so yeah.
Yep.
As they say. Anyway, Margaret, I assume that your silence is that you've probably agreeing with what we've said so far about what's transpired. But yeah, but as anyway, I guess if Margaret is not going to make any comment. Moving on, as we see Shigaraki being tackled by Midoriya as he's using his black whip to hold his hands, if you will. They're saying that the only thing that's going to, let's say, all the destruction he's going to do is the only thing that's going to save him, as he mocks Midoriya as a hero, if you will. Let's see, and let's see, Gento ends up asking if that really is Midoriya over there, but Midoriya is too busy thinking about what's going on with Shigaraki with his quirks back. Thinking how he can't afford to have like the fight stop atop like some sort of tomb, I believe, which I assume is UA, because well,
it is.
You could probably just destroy it.
Yep.
Luminium is just thinking about how showing his concern for Midoriya while everyone else is trying to treat the heroes, if you will. But yeah. Let's see, but you have someone saying I can't let you do that, but still. But oh yeah, it's actually Midoriya.
Yep.
Saying he can't pretend that he didn't see Shigaraki crying inside him and all that stuff. As the final panel is Midoriya standing ready to confront Shigaraki, who is taken back of his body with the building of UA flying down underneath them, ending the chapter.
Woo! God damn. This chapter. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, let's see, but yeah. Arguably, this chapter I would give a 10 out of 10.
You kidding me? It's a 10 out of 10 easy. I don't care what anyone has to say.
I said 10 out of 10.
I know. I said it's an easy 10 out of 10.
Alright, fine, then 11 out of 10. How's that?
See, it's like I told you people. Lose a crap, please.
Okay, let's see. I can give my own opinion, then you disagree with it. Then I go like, okay, do something similar, even though I said 11 out of 10, not 10. Or just like, or at least, I don't know, more than just a perfect score. And then you complain, but oh well, fine, never mind.
I mean, hey, if it was 4 live, you have something else to say about that.
But yeah. But yeah, I think this is a 10 out of 10 chapter for me.
Easy 10 out of 10, without a doubt.
What about you, Mangareader? Mangareader, you there?
Mangareader.
Folks, we seem to be having some technical difficulties.
He didn't pass out, did he?
I hope not. Let's see, that would be better. Let's see, because, well, one, I'd be concerned, and also I would feel somewhat responsible.
I'm going to say it's going to be a bit amusing, actually. It goes back to some listens and all this. Like, oh shit, I passed out from the stream. Well, our viewers will have fun listening in on this.
But yeah, but like let's see, but yeah, but
I'll just vote for Mangareader right now, unless it doesn't say something. Mangareader gives it a 10 out of 10, also.
Yeah, but yeah, I do like how Shigaraki is just mocking Midoriya about, let's see, what he's going to do about it here. Let's see, him destroying everything is how he feels alive and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I do like how Midoriya is just quickly analyzing the situation, but talks about how, but says, like, despite what Shigaraki says. But interesting enough, we get some hints of probably what's going to happen in the next chapter with, like, those phones in the panel there. So he's like saying how, despite what Shigaraki's saying, he still can't ignore, let's see, what he saw with him crying inside of him and all that stuff. So yeah. Despite what Shigaraki's saying, Midoriya's still going to let's see if he can still help. Let's see, Shigaraki first. So granted, we'll see whether or not Midoriya. Let's see, but Midoriya and Shigaraki are clearly going for their final confrontation. Now, how long that will be, who knows? But at the very least, it seems Midoriya is still trying to save him. Now, granted, in many ways, this chapter makes a very strong case that this is not going to happen.
Yeah.
But,
at the very least.
Yeah. Of course, that might change in the upcoming chapters, but we'll just have to wait and see on that part. Oh, I feel bad if I end the stream without having Mangareader give his thoughts, but at the moment, I'm not sure when he's going to come back here.
Oh, we're left on a stinging cliffhanger. Tune in for next time on Blue Star Saber's My Hero Academia chapter reviews. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say it like that. I'll check.
Unless the only other thing I can think of is Margarita somehow has fallen asleep.
Which I think is very likely.
Sleeping in a live stream. That's a new one.
That's a very 4Life thing to do, because I know that's something he used to do. As I used to.
But I guess this goes to show that we've probably gone on quite a bit.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to comment on these Margarita's now completely disappeared.
Either his laptop died or he passed out.
I'm not sure. Let's just hope that it is the least troublesome of all those things you quoted, Luckychi.
He's gonna come back and kill us. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna come back and kill us when we do the next stream.
Probably, but yeah.
I'll go ahead and say this. It's interesting when you look at the last couple volumes, because I know since volume 34 we've been getting 35, since volume 35. If you look at 36 and 37, they're both 12 chapter volumes. So the last volume, volume 37, that just came out a few weeks ago, that ends on chapter 374. So if we're playing statistics right, this current volume of 38 should end on chapter 386. It should. So we've still got, okay, if we're not counting the unofficial chapter that just dropped, we still got like 7 chapters.
Fair enough. So wait, how many chapters did you say?
So okay, I know. Again, since we're talking about the official chapters, we're only 5 chapters into this current volume.
Okay.
So that means we still got like another 7 chapters left before this one wraps up. Assuming the track record's still the same at the beginning.
I think it really depends on how long those pages are for Coex, because the shorter they are, the more chapters you get in a volume.
Okay, well, that's the thing. Because I'm looking at it right now. So 36 and 37, they're 12 chapters, right? So you equal that up to 200 pages.
Mm-hmm.
So, not just food for thought. Just want to address with the people that are curious, like, oh, okay. So, if it's another 200-page volume, then you can kind of put 2 and 2 together. Like, okay, that probably means we're going to end at 386.
Yeah. Which, frankly, if that's the case, I do not think that My Hero is going to end on the 400 chapter, because then we have like 14 chapters left for like the volume that would probably say it. But yeah.
Hold it. That reminds me of something, because I made a post about this on the forums. I don't know if you saw it, but
yeah,
because I made a whole breakdown about that analysis.
Sure, go ahead.
Huh?
Sure, go ahead.
So, if you're looking at it, right? So, volume 35 spanned from 340 to 350. That's 11 chapters.
Uh-huh.
Volume 36 spans from 351 to 362. 12 chapters. 37 spans from 363 to 374. So if that pattern continues, 38 will end on 386 and 39 will end on 389. Unless Koei wants to push for the 400 chapter milestone and end it on there, then it'll be a 14 chapter volume.
Well, yeah, but given the fact that let's see, Margaret is not here, but let's see, I have read some like the latest chapter unofficially, and from the way it seems, there's a lot of new characters coming in and all that stuff. So I think this is going to make it last longer, I think.
Yeah. Well, this is what I was going to bring up. That's only the first scenario. Scenario 2 is volume 30. It actually ends on 387, and that's 13 chapters, right?
Yeah.
And 39 ends on chapter 400. So which is another 13 chapter volume. So that's if Koei wants to go the let's end it on the 400 chapter milestone. Which at this point I'm like, 21 chapters? Is that enough?
Frankly, given the way he's been pacing and writing lately, I'd probably say no.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, unless he's like gonna super rush this shit, which I don't think he's going to do.
I mean, let's see, there's still a lot of things outside the whole Shigaraki stuff that needs to be covered, like the Endeavor versus Derby matchup. Let's see.
Well, thought ended, but hey, that was still there.
Yeah, you have the Uraraka versus the Twice Toga, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And who else is joining in on that? Not to mention all those other little mini battlefields around outside of the thing as well, to be honest. I figured you need to show some content for that, I believe. Or at least Koei might have at one point planned to, but who knows. It might, the editorship might have changed that. But, yeah.
So then I came up with scenario 3. And
what's that?
scenario 3 is not exactly ending on the 400th chapter milestone, but the 40 chapter milestone. And it combines with the first scenario where it's still 12 chapters per volume. So 38 would end on 386, like I mentioned before. 39 would end on 398. And then volume 40 would end on 410. So instead of it being 21 chapters, it would be 31 chapters left. Now, my thing is, would that still be enough? Would 31 chapters still be enough to properly wrap everything up, in your opinion?
I'd say you probably need at least another 50 chapters or so.
50.
Yeah, 50 probably at max.
Okay, so that pushed to 42? Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, to be honest, granted, of course, it really depends on how he's going to pace everything.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Let's see. Frankly, I think that's it. Like I probably said, like a couple of times, it's best that mangakas don't try to end on a very specific number because that either ends up rushing things or ends up just having it end poorly.
Thank you, Naruto versus Sasuke.
And don't forget Attack on Titan.
Okay, people want to say Bleach, which, okay, yeah, Bleach, technically, you could argue, didn't exactly have a full-on, conclusive final battle, but we do know that was also due to Kubo cells, so
yeah.
It's more of like, do you blame that on Kubo or do you not blame that on Kubo?
Who knows? I mean, it really depends on how involved he was with, I guess you could say, anime, I guess.
Yeah. I'd say this. The perfect sweet spot for me, if I were to guess on how many chapters we have left, let's say 40. I think 40 chapters, max.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, I don't think. Yeah, so like you, I probably don't think Koei is doing like a let's see, ending on a specific number, unless like there's something that let's say there can be a pun from Midoriya in some way with what's the around the early 400s. But yeah, I'd say around 40 to 50 is likely the amount of chapters we have left.
Yeah. I mean, we know how much he was pushing for. Let's end My Hero in 2022, which didn't exactly happen.
Yeah, and here we are in 2023.
Yep.
But yeah.
So, which, okay, if we're, again, I know we were playing with my statistic cards here, but if that's the case, that means My Hero, again, let's play that 3D chessboard game. That means My Hero, if Koei wants to push or ending it this year, I'd say December is how far we probably go.
Yeah. And it also depends whether or not he takes any breaks or not.
That too. But what do you think? Like, overall, like, how do you feel?
Let's see. I could see possibly My Hero ending this year, but I can most likely see My Hero, funny enough, ending on its 10-year anniversary. Or close to its 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, because you have to stretch a lot then if you want to get to the 10-year mark for My Hero.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah. I was going to say, unless, this isn't always the best option, but say you do end the manga this year, and then for the 10-year anniversary, you do a movie, which I know is always a tricky subject, but
let's see. Well, who knows? It really depends on what they. Well, it depends. If it's going to be a movie that that forces the ending to tie into it, that's going to be a problem. But if it's kind of like the three previous movies, just a sort of canon story that doesn't really overall affect the plot, I think it could work. Or it could end up just being something like the Dragon Ball, let's see, Battle of the Gods type movies, where it's just continuing a little bit of its own story and all that stuff.
Or it could be like a Fairy Tail Zero situation where, like, let's say My Hero ends, and then Koei does like a, I don't know, 10, 13 chapter spinoff.
Who knows? But at the moment, I think he's just more focusing on trying to end his own manga.
Definitely. I mean, guy is going through a lot of like health issues. I don't know if you've been paying attention to those author comments like that come out every week for Weekly Shonen Jump, but
don't really see those now.
Yeah, guy's been like he's doing all this like going through like back pains and everything. So I'm just like, Eesh.
Yeah, Shonen Jump's not known for like treating its mangakas' work environments that well, are they?
Shoot, if it were me coming up with a choice, I mean, like I love Jump, but I'd probably have a better shot at Kodansha.
Yeah, they really need to. Japan, I think, really needs to try and unionize its workers. But anyway, or at least let's see, it needs to reform itself to make sure its workers are in better health, if you will, especially in the manga and anime industry.
Definitely.
But but as I said, the only thing I could think of a movie is if it's like a movie that fast forwards in the future and you see Midori and the others as like young, adults and all that stuff. But yeah,
Young adults, maybe. Let's not do ships because the second you bring up ships, that's gonna cause a whole other can of worms.
Well, I was just thinking more of just like a general, let's see, them just being adult heroes as adults and all that stuff. As for relationships, I just say just make Midoriya and Uraraka boyfriend and girlfriend at that point. And just showing their couple thing and not just make an entire movie of romance dedicated to them.
Yeah, well, okay. There's two options you could take. You could either take the JJK Zero route, which I'm perfectly fine with, or no, and I don't and I don't mean that route with JJK Zero, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not that route, but you know, or you could go the other route, which you know what I'm implying. And I know.
But with that now, let's see. Overall, just to recap. Let's see. Shigaraki is back in control. Him and Midori are having what appears to be their final showdown. But yeah, overall, let's see. We both gave it a 10 out of 10 chapter. And Luckychi, thank you for joining me for this. Let's see, and also Margareader as well. Unfortunately, he seems to have, let's see, lost contact and had to probably shut off. But at the very least, we got probably most of his thoughts. And then suppose next time I'll just have to ask him if he was gone given this chapter a 10 out of 10. But for now, that's all we had. But so yeah, I am Blue Star Saber.
I'm Luckychi7.
And
Mangareader.
let's see, yeah. And we are signing off. For those who end up managing to listen to our review, a discussion as we did and all that stuff, I hope you enjoyed what we had to say, even if you only just listened to bits and pieces or in the background. But I hope that you have at least a lovely day. Goodbye for now. Plus Ultra.
Plus Ultra.
That we're done.